The Swiftie blueprint inside the cult-like loyalty and social media mastery. In every generation, one figure transcends entertainment and becomes something more: a mirror, a myth, a movement. Taylor Swift is that figure. She doesn't just dominate charts. She rewires the social fabric itself. Her power isn't volume. It's velocity, a gravitational pull that turns casual listeners into disciples and trends into belief systems. If politics is about persuasion and religion is about devotion, then Swift has quietly built her empire at their intersection, where art becomes ideology and fandom becomes faith. Swift's world isn't merely musical, it's architectural. Every lyric, outfit, and pause between songs feels engineered, not by a corporation, but by a mind that understands emotion as infrastructure. In an age where algorithms reward chaos, she mastered control. What she built isn't a fan base, it's a civilization of attention. The cultural capital of fan loyalty. Taylor Swift, beyond music and commerce, has built her entire career upon her relationship with her fans. This relationship resembles neither the distant admiration for traditional pop idols nor a simple commercial transaction. It is a mutual oath of loyalty, a process of co-creation. Yet the genius of Swift lies in how she converts this emotional loyalty into organized influence. Fans aren't just passive listeners. They are participants in a carefully orchestrated ecosystem. Through surprise interactions, personalized gifts, and acknowledgement of fan theories, Swift cultivates a sense of belonging that transcends fandom. Every gesture, whether a hospital visit, a handwritten note, or even subtle Instagram interactions, strengthens an invisible contract: loyalty in exchange for authenticity. This system creates a self-sustaining cycle of devotion. The fans internalize her narratives and echo them, not for fame or reward, but because they feel morally aligned with her ethos. In the digital era, this represents a new form of cultural capital, one that can influence politics, commerce, and media attention with unprecedented speed and precision. Taylor Swift isn't simply popular. She is the architect of one of the most potent social networks ever formed without infrastructure or corporate sponsorship. The science of Easter eggs, turning fans into detectives. The most ingenious element of the Taylor Swift brand is the Easter egg strategy. Months before announcing a new album, music video, or tour, Swift drops cryptic clues on social media, in interviews, or through her clothing choices. While these clues are meaningless to the casual observer, for the Swifties, they are a cryptographic puzzle to be solved. Every empire needs symbols, and Swift's universe is stitched together by Easter eggs, cryptic hints that transform fans into codebreakers. What might seem like playful marketing is actually psychological immersion. Each theory decoded, each lyric dissected, tightens the web of engagement. It's participatory mythology. Fans don't wait for meaning. They mine it. The science of these Easter eggs lies in dopamine, the same neural trigger behind gambling, gaming, and social media refreshes. But Swift uses it not to exploit attention, but to sustain wonder. Each hint sparks thousands of TikTok dissections and Reddit investigations. The collective intelligence of the fandom becomes her marketing team. It's not advertising, it's gamified devotion. And in doing so, she creates a paradox. Her audience feels in control, but she choreographs their every discovery. It's the purest expression of soft power, invisible, addictive, and profoundly human. Social media control, balancing secrecy and transparency. Taylor Swift's use of social media is noticeably calculated compared to other celebrities. She meticulously conceals the deeply personal aspects of her life while maintaining an image of extreme sincerity and transparency in her relationship with her fans. Swift utilizes platforms like Twitter and Instagram not just for promotion, but as the control panel for her public narrative. When faced with a media crisis or personal feud, she addresses her fans directly with long, honest, and defensive statements. This eliminates the power of traditional media's filtering and misinterpretation. When fans hear the story directly from the artist, they feel no need to question Taylor. Moreover, this direct line minimizes PR costs and maximizes impact. Without multi-million-dollar campaigns, a single post or video can create more attention than weeks of traditional media coverage. In essence, she transforms social media into a strategic command center, orchestrating perception, loyalty, and engagement with surgical precision. This control is not about vanity. It is a sophisticated exercise in audience management, cultural power, and sustained narrative dominance. Digital soldiers, the organizational power of the Swifties. The Swifties are not just a fan base. They are a mobilized digital army. Their power peaks when Swift signals a cause, a protest, or a boycott. The re-recording campaign is a prime example. Fans deleted old tracks, pushed streaming numbers down for previous versions, and amplified the new Taylor's version releases, all coordinated, organic, and immensely effective. Beyond music, Swifties have mobilized politically, digitally, and socially. They challenged Ticketmaster inefficiencies, amplified social campaigns, and engaged in grassroots efforts to support causes Swift highlights. Their coordination demonstrates a rare mastery of collective action in the digital age. Swift's fandom is a living example of networked influence, showing how cultural loyalty can translate directly into financial, social, and political power. This is not accidental. Swift deliberately engineers participatory structures, where fans feel ownership, responsibility, and identity. Every campaign, every hint, every strategic release reinforces the perception that the Swifties are part of an elite, active community, simultaneously consumers, advocates, and defenders of the artist's brand and narrative. The principle of reciprocity. The billion-dollar sincerity Taylor Swift's fan loyalty is built on reciprocity. She invests personally in her audience. Direct messages, gifts, surprise interactions, and acknowledgments of fan stories. This emotional investment ensures that loyalty is not transactional but deeply personal. Fans do not merely consume content, they defend her, promote her, and even participate in shaping her legacy. This strategy reinforces her cultural and financial influence. Each album, each lyric, each public act becomes a shared experience, an ongoing dialogue between artist and audience. Swift demonstrates that in the modern era, attention is currency, but engagement is wealth. By honoring her fans emotionally and consistently, she has created one of the most resilient and self-sustaining cultural communities in contemporary history. Media control and narrative rewriting. From the start of her career, Taylor Swift battled media simplification and cliches. Journalists often labeled her the, quote, vengeful ex-girlfriend. But Swift reclaimed her narrative through direct action, re-recording albums, releasing from the vault tracks, and providing context reasserted control over her personal story. She has become a media strategist and narrative architect, not merely a singer. Every album drop, teaser, or announcement is a carefully choreographed event. Fans engage as participants in this orchestrated mythology, absorbing and amplifying messages that traditional media cannot control. Swift's mastery demonstrates that cultural authority in the digital era emerges from narrative control, not just talent or visibility. The new definition of power and legacy. Taylor Swift's blueprint proves that power in the 21st century flows from organized loyalty and narrative dominance, not corporate hierarchy or conventional marketing. Her success shows that artists can be CEOs of culture, engineering both emotional and economic systems that serve their vision. She sold more than music. She sold participation, meaning, and identity. Through meticulous strategy and authentic connection, Swift has rewritten the rules of influence. Her legacy is clear. True authority arises when fans feel ownership, when art becomes infrastructure, and when storytelling shapes the culture itself. In the modern era, Taylor Swift demonstrates that the intersection of creativity, strategy, and emotional intelligence can produce not just fame, but a self-sustaining movement, a civilization of attention that will endure well beyond the charts and headlines. Beyond the headlines, beyond the charts, and beyond the meticulously crafted fan interactions, lies the true magnitude of Taylor Swift's achievement. She has created an ecosystem in which cultural production, emotional connection, and strategic influence are inseparable. In the modern era, attention has become the ultimate currency, and Swift has demonstrated an unprecedented ability to monetize, direct, and preserve it while maintaining authenticity. Her genius is not measured merely in album sales or streaming numbers, but in the way she has forged a reciprocal relationship between artist and audience, transforming devotion into a structural force that rivals traditional institutions of power. By crafting experiences that blur the line between performance and participation, she has empowered millions of fans to feel agency in the cultural and even political domains, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond the music industry. Each interaction, each lyric, each cryptic clue strengthens a web of social cohesion that is as much about community as it is about her artistry. Furthermore, Swift's approach has redefined the notion of leadership in the digital age. She has become a case study in how influence can be decentralized, yet extraordinarily coordinated. Unlike conventional leaders or corporate executives, her authority derives from voluntary allegiance rather than formal hierarchies. Swift's cultural capital functions like a living network. Fans are not just passive consumers, but active participants who amplify her messages, mobilize for causes, and defend her brand. In this way, she has converted emotional loyalty into a tangible resource that can be strategically applied to causes, campaigns, and cultural movements. From political engagement to social advocacy, Swifties have demonstrated that loyalty and organization in digital communities can enact measurable real-world impact, a feat that traditional media and marketing campaigns often struggle to achieve despite massive budgets. Finally, the lasting lesson of the Swiftie blueprint extends beyond the mechanics of fandom or the economics of pop superstardom. It is a testament to the transformative power of intentional storytelling and human connection. Taylor Swift has proven that art is not only a medium for expression, but also a vehicle for influence, agency, and legacy. She shows that when creativity is paired with strategic insight, the artist can become both architect and catalyst, crafting a narrative that entertains, inspires, and mobilizes, while simultaneously preserving control over its interpretation. In a world where media is fragmented, attention spans are fleeting, and authenticity is often commodified, Swift stands as a singular example of how one individual can harness the collective energy of millions, channel it with precision, and leave an indelible mark on culture itself. Her story is a blueprint for the modern age. It demonstrates that power is no longer confined to boardrooms, ballot boxes, or executive offices, but resides in the ability to create shared experiences, inspire loyalty, and guide narratives that resonate across generations. By the time a Taylor Swift album drops, the world isn't just listening. It is participating, co-creating, and bearing witness to a cultural phenomenon that will be studied, emulated, and revered for decades to come.